Cruz, Trump.
Chris Christie.
No. He doesn't get it.
Melissa Harris Perry.
Yes.
She's running.
I will wipe my butt with a $1 bill, and I'll send a G-string with it. And be like, this is where you need to be working.
Mommy, what's a G-string? Dude, family-friendly episode.
Well, I mean, there's just...
It is getting late in the evening. The kids should be in bed. So basically this week, Trump gets 25 times, not 25%, 25 times more media coverage than the entire GOP combined.
You know what, though? He's the architect of that.
Oh, sure.
He does the things that he needs to do. And I'm not saying he gets on the horn and says, put me on Saturday Night Live. He has done that.
Right.
But when he makes controversial statements, the media can't wait. It's funny because they think, oh, this is what is going to destroy him. They are literally going to help him or be the reason he becomes the president.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what do we do with the money? That as a candidate, what do you do with the money?
Technically, you can keep it all.
Well, no, I mean, what are they doing with it if they're not keeping it?
Well, I heard that Chris Christie bought Krusty Kreme.
Krusty Kreme. It's Krispy Kreme. He bought an entire Krispy Kreme.
What was that from The Simpsons? Oh, Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, Krusty the Clown.
He hired Krusty the Clown at $2 million to create Krusty Kreme to compete against Krispy Kreme because they ran out because he couldn't. He wanted to buy them, and they
forgot they were in the election. He just got hungry. No, what they do with the money is they have to advertise. That's why it's so expensive. I mean, just ad time. I mean, just a major sporting event or something like that. I mean, it's going to cost them millions of dollars possibly, or at least hundreds and hundreds of thousands.
Can you imagine buying an ad on the Super Bowl?
We know that one company, Computer.com, back in 2000,
wow!
It might have even been 1999 or 98, Computer.com was like, we have $1 million in capital. That's all they had. We're going to spend every penny of our entire company's net worth on a 60-second ad. Never heard of them since. And I think Brian's trying to. I thought you were typing
99.
Was it?
Well, the company was founded in 99.
When was the Super Bowl ad?
It was a short-lived.com founded in 99 after spending half of its $7 million in venture capital on ads during the Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought it was a $1 million, a single $1 million ad.
Sold to Office Depot in 2000.
So if you type in computer.com, will it redirect you to Office Depot? How are you not doing this, Mr. Producer? How long does it take to type it in?
Well, we've got a slow server. Our server on the hard drive.
Oh, I thought it sent a message to Melissa Harris Perry, who would then call on the phone to make this happen.
Yeah, it was a
How slow is it?
It was 2000. It was a Super Bowl ad in 2000. Well, I don't think that even comes up.
Why wouldn't it come up? I mean, think about how much it would be
launched
worth.
Computer.com.
Computer.com sells and explains computer stuff. Take your pills!
Computer.com is a great resource for scanners, printers, modems, blah, blah, blah.
Computer.com taught Daddy how to download pictures.
I said,
How to
guys,
download pictures.
will people know Computer.com has to do with computers? Think about it.
Computer.com. Computer stuff. Computer stuff explained. Sorry. Almost said.
Wow, they spent $7 million on ads like that for the Super Bowl.
That ad was atrocious, and it led me to believe that I don't need to go there for anything.
Right. It's right.
I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm looking back in history, but in the Super Bowl is in February of that year, which shows 2000. They were founded in 99, launched that ad in 2000. In 2000, this is just before 9/11. I was in college.
Right.
Dude, we were up on our stuff. We had a T1 internet line at the university.
Ooh, I found it.
So we had high-speed internet. I was all over the internet. And that would have driven me away, not to the website.
Wow. So computer.com today, I just opened it up.
It wouldn't open for me.
I know. It's only mobile. I have it on my mobile device. It sells computers. Hewlett-Packard computers, Apple iPads.
Office Depot bought them.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about Office Depot on here. It just says computer.com. And you can buy, it almost looks like any other website store. And it allows you at the bottom to get social and tweet this website. But mind you, when I typed it in to my phone, it took about 30 seconds to load this page.
That's pure insanity. So as
That's
we're talking about these ads and paying for these ads and doing smart things with them, let me play the interview with Chris Wallace on Fox Sunday Morning Edition, where he sits down and talks to Trump. It was a couple minutes long, but it's really informative, and it gives you some insight. Chris Wallace doesn't hold back any punches, but yet he's not rude, but he's honest and trying to pull out the information from Trump and trying to get Trump's opinion on the GOP and his comment about Muslims.
Mr. Trump, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Thank you.
Top Republicans met in Washington this week and discussed the possibility of a brokered convention to block you from being the GOP nominee. Your reaction to the idea that members of the establishment, some members, are talking about trying to stop you?
Well, I think they're making a big mistake, number one. I think I'm going to be the one that beats Hilary. The Fox poll, your own poll, came out and said I beat Hilary rather easily. And I think they are kidding themselves. I'm leading in virtually every state. I'm leading in Iowa, although a Des Moines Register does a poll, and I'm sure that'll be negative when they announce their poll.
But when you say that they're kidding themselves, meaning what?
They're kidding themselves. I'm going to win. I think I'm going to win. I'm not one of these other guys that goes down. I don't go down.
He's not
I
going
go
down.
up. My whole life has been about winning. I'm going to win.
You say that you may break your pledge and run as an independent if the party doesn't treat you fairly. When you hear about leaders talking about a brokered convention, when you hear about the New York GOP, some people saying, let's throw them out, do you have a warning for GOP leaders?
He's putting words in his mouth.
I understand what they're going through.
Look, listen.
I wasn't supposed to be here. I
wasn't.
I was a member of the establishment 7 months ago. I gave $350,000 to the Republican Governors Association. I'm not supposed to be doing this. You see, I'm supposed to be on the other side writing checks and having people do whatever I want.
So what do you say to the
puppets,
Republican
like
leaders?
Puppets. I say, folks, I'm sorry I did this to you, but you got to get used to it. It's one of those little problems in life. Now, I'll see whether or not I'm being treated fairly. I want to run as a Republican. I'm a conservative guy. I have great ideas. I'm going to make our country great again. I'm going to make it great again. It's a mess. Right now, our country is a mess. So I think they're going to be very happy. I think if I win, in 2 years after I win, I think we're going to have the happiest people in the world. Okay? But I understand, Chris, I understand where they're coming from. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Listen.
They were supposed to pick a governor, a senator, a puppet where they control them 100%. This wasn't supposed to happen.
It's some things you have said haven't made people happy. You say that the Muslim ban is about security, not about religion. But you would block all foreign Muslims. That's 1.5, let me just finish.
Okay, go ahead.
1.5 billion people from coming into this country. Are you saying that all of them are potential security threats?
We have people flying airplanes into World Trade Centers. We have people shooting people in California like happened last week. We have big problems. Problems that nobody understands. You don't understand them. I don't understand. People don't understand them. The Muslims have to help us figure out. There's tremendous hatred there. There's tremendous hatred. But where it comes from, I don't know.
I think here's the point, Mr. Trump. I think people would understand it if you were basing it on countries, saying, don't let people in from Syria or Libya, war areas. But
I've done that also.
But there are 200 million Muslims in Indonesia.
I've done that also.
There's a Canadian businessman who's a Muslim. Are you saying they can't come in?
There's a sickness. They're sick people. There's a sickness going on. There is a group of people that is very sick, and we have to figure out the answer. And the Muslims can help us figure out the answer.
But in the meantime, keep them out. I mean, that's what he's really saying. Yeah. He's like, look,
they're sick people.
This isn't going to be permanent, and it's only going to apply to people trying to immigrate in here or visit that are not U.S. citizens or even residents or whatever. And we don't know why they're coming here. They come from Canada. I'm Muslim. Yeah, but did you grow up your whole life in Canada? Have you been arranged into a marriage? That's
right.
You know what I mean? I mean, you just...
Well, check this out. Speaking of Canada, and this just makes me want to throw up in my mouth. Canada, Ottawa, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau greeted a plane load of weary Syrian refugees landing in Toronto early Friday, telling the first to disembark that you're safe at home now, as he handed them winter coats.
I don't like it.
Stinks to high heavens. So yes, there is a ban on Muslims coming from Canada because they're Syrian.
You said there's a ban?
No, there should be.
Oh, there should be.
I'm saying so there should be a ban on Canada as well as Mexico. Yes, we've got to seal the borders everywhere.
Right. So for all you race baiters, racists out there who say, oh, you don't want to have any wall across Canada. You just want to cross Mexico because you don't like Mexicans because you're racist. You don't like brown people. No, I think that we should keep people who aren't patriotic Americans out until we get everybody to assimilate.
Right.
I look at it this way. If you don't like the land of the free and the home of the brave, I mean, really like it or love it, like really enjoy not just being here because it's beautiful weather, nice picturesque views.
You used to be able to get a job, raise a family, pay for cars and nice stuff.
But you like it because you like being an American or a United Statesian, as a liberal might want to hear me say. If you don't have that attitude, then you know what? What the hell are you doing here?
Right.
Anyway,
there's a guy, Lawrence or Larry Kudlow, his name Lawrence, on the Kudlow Report on CNBC, and they call him an American conservative economist, a newspaper columnist, and TV personality. However, he is on CNBC. And he's a 68-year-old white guy. I find it very difficult that he be conservative.
Because he's white?
He's on.
Just kidding.
No, because he's on CNBC.
Oh yeah, that's strike one.
Okay, and he's a newspaper columnist.
Ooh, that's big strike two. But which newspaper? Doesn't say.
No.
Any others? He wears those big, thick black rimmed
and he
glasses.
wrote a book called "The New Economic and Moral Prosperity."
What is moral prosperity?
See,
I'm a little worried about that. I'm worried.
From University of Rochester and Princeton University. So he's an educated man.
So he's been propagandized.
It's possible. But
he went through the re-education camp.
He did. So he is all for immigration.
What, then we
years and years.
Hold on. We didn't need to hear anything else. We know he's a progressive now.
So here's what he says. I know this is not my usual position, but this is a war. Therefore, I have come to believe there should be no immigration or visa waivers until the U.S. adopts a completely new system to stop radical Islamic terrorists from entering the country, a wartime lockdown, and a big change in my thinking.
Wow. So he was a progressive, and now he's starting to speak with some common sense.
He said it's and like you were saying before, it's war. It's wartime. I don't care if the White House believes we're at war or not. We're at war, man. It's war on the world. Okay, so you want to laugh a little bit?
I'm ready to laugh.
Okay. Here's Saturday Night Live opening monologue.
Whoa! I thought you were going to make me laugh. What are you talking about?
Okay, here's Melissa Harris Perry. Here, you'll chuckle a little bit, maybe.
If it's Saturday Night Live? I haven't laughed at
Do you
Saturday